just wanted to shoot a quick video. I'm getting a lot of questions about, how do I get started? Where do I start? Or I used to trade a few years ago and it's been a while and now I want to get back into it, but I just don't think I got off on the right foot last time. What should I do? So I wanted just to make a video on the basics, right? Just what are the most important things to focus on when you begin trading? My name is Coco, and I am what they call a boss lady trader. And I'm actually making this video and a lot of the videos I make to connect with the ladies out there who are breaking into the financial world, or who have already been in the financial world and are blazing the path for us to follow in. They're already boss ladies in their own right. And now we have a group of trading boss ladies that are coming together. So please come with me along as I am starting my journey to become a professional trader. And that's really what these videos are going to be all about. I've been on this journey now for a little over a year and a half. And what I've learned so far is what I want to share with you today. What I'll be doing over the course of my videos are live trading sessions in the markets, and I mostly will focus on Forex. So, of course, if you learn how to read a chart, you can trade anything. But that's what a lot of my training is in, even though I do some stock options and equity trades. A lot of what I focus on will be Forex. I may have some down in the future with a little bit different variations of markets, but this will be my primary focus. So, what we can do is we can learn while we earn together. And that's really a big motto that I believe in. I don't think that you have to become you don't become the best of the best until you practice, until you are actually learning and say, hey, I don't know everything. And so together we can learn things. So feel free to submit questions, comments, anything that maybe I say incorrectly that you have had experience with and would like to share. I'd love to be able to give you the chance to speak as well. And because that I'm not an expert, I don't know everything, but I am her expert. I want to be a voice for the women in the community so that we can be heard, but also that we just have a space to communicate. And so I just thank you guys for joining me, and we'll just get into the tips now. So, when we look at beginning to trade, what are some things that we should remember? If I really had to boil it down to 5 things, this would be a number one. No particular order with these, but just kind of moving through the progression of what it takes to be a trader. And the first thing, keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. I say keep it simple, silly. There's different variations to this, but we like to keep it nice and positive. Don't be silly. Let's just keep it simple, all right? So there's so many different indicators and books you can read and things you can subscribe to. Stick with the basics. Learn a few different indicators or a few different tools and resources. Really, really like 2 or 3, right? Maybe no more than 5 that you use and steps that you take that develop your strategy. Too many times people have charts that they can't read. They're full of indicators and just things everywhere that they don't even know. They don't even know what it is that they're supposed to be looking at or remember why they were trying to trade a particular pair, right? So let's keep it simple. Have a few things on your chart that help you, and then keep track of what those things are and build your strategy around them. There are other things you can add on over the years, but starting out, keep it simple. Tip number 2, along with that, there's a lot of different avenues of advice that you can go and get. There's a lot of different, as I mentioned, books that you can read, documentaries you can watch, videos you can see on YouTube. But you have to know yourself, right? You have to know you. It's really important that you understand your own risk tolerance, that you understand what kind of trader you are, because there's different trading styles, whether you're the patient kind that you can withstand some of the dips and turns and curves that you can hold a pair for a really extended period of time. Or maybe it's just too much for you and you like things to be a little bit more active, a little bit more concise, and you're like, you know what? I can only be in a trade for a few days or a couple of hours, right? So you have to know who you are because you're going to get a lot of input from different avenues, but it's not going to be very helpful if that's not your trading style and that's not who you are. And if that's not the kind of risk you're willing to take, or less, if it's more conservative than you are, that's going to conflict with who you are in your trading style. So knowing yourself helps you to develop a accurate trading style that is going to be a benefit to you in the long run. Tip number 3 is probably the key to not only trading, but anything that we do in life. But trading, as I said, is definitely not excluded from this, and it's probably about 95% of what you have to do. And that is build mental stability. That is so key. If you don't have the proper mindset and things in place for you to maintain that mental stability, then you are going to definitely, you're just going to have a hard time being successful in this. So, what are some things that you can do? There's different things that people do. It depends on how you trade, when you trade, what you're trading. All right. So, if you are more of a long term trader, you might only have certain days that you trade. If you're a fundamental announcement trader, there's only certain days that you may trade. If you are more of a scalper and you're kind of there all the time, you need to set up a schedule. You need to know, okay, I trade from this period to this period, or I trade for 2 hours at a time and then I take a break. You need to do personal development. So anything that we do, I treat trading as a business, and it is something that I want to build income from, right? So in order to do that, you have to grow and change as well. And so, personal development, readings, audios, there's all kinds of things. It could be on personality stuff, it could be on characteristic traits, it might even be on trading. And there's plenty of books on trading psychology. And those are the things that you want to put into your toolkit, right? You want not only have it in your toolkit as a resource to pull out when you need it, but preventatively, right? So many things we do now is very, very reactive. We want to be preventative. So working out, exercising and doing meditation or breathing exercises, that quiet time, prayer time, those are the things that you want to have in your schedule on a daily basis. This is not something that you just want to randomly do, or you will not be successful. You have to build mental stability. You need your mind set in a good place as much as you can control it. Every day is not going to be a good day. Every week may not be a good week. Every month may not be a good month. There are companies that make lots and lots of money, and hedge funds and corporations that have losing quarters, losing years, right? And so these are the kinds of things that we have to be prepared for. You will lose. How do you respond when you lose? How do you feel? How can you now take that response and make sure it is controlled? How can you take those feelings and take it completely out of the situation? We do not want to trade emotionally. And so building your mental stability will help you do that. Tip number 4 is another key. It definitely ties into number 3 because sometimes there's things we don't realize that we're doing, right? And there's also some things that we have to understand that we just don't know. And so, how we avoid those things is that we have a mentor always. No matter if you've been trading for 20 minutes or 20 years, you need a mentor. Um, like I said, you don't know what you don't know. And then when you think you know everything, there's always a chance that someone can see it differently. This is whether you have issues with things in the markets while you're trading, you don't understand why something happened a certain way. There's certain things that happen that you haven't seen before. There are things that are coming up that you just don't even know how to deal with. This is where a mentor can help you, and not just any random mentor or someone, who isn't even a trader, right? Find someone who has experience in the markets. Find someone who has what you want. Find someone who is a professional trader. Find someone who supports themselves and does this for a living. Find someone who is honest with you. Find someone who doesn't promise you that you're going to be a millionaire in a year, right? These are the characteristics of a mentor that you need to look for, because you want to be set up for a path for success, not failure. And in order for you to set up for a path for success, then mentors understand that you need to have a good mindset and mental stability in place. Mentors understand that you need a daily routine and to set expectations, right? Mentors can show you how to track and keep up with your trades and your profits and your losses. And they can explain to you what all that means, and how to work your software and your systems, and what to do with your brokerage accounts, right? So there's a lot that goes into trading, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And there's so many resources out there, but it's always good to have some one-on-one connection with a person who actually has your best interest at heart as well. So find someone who believes in you, who wants success for you just as much as you do, right? And then team up with that person. Ask them, will you be my mentor? Will you walk beside me on this journey and help me as I become a trader? So, so important. So important. Beyond that, not only having a mentor, but also connect with a team, right? So these can be more of your peers. Maybe they haven't been trading as long as your mentor. Maybe they're not on that level, but these are the people that you can actually have your day to day conversations with. These are the people that, understand how you feel at that moment, because they haven't gotten to the level where you want to be yet, right? You guys are on this journey together. Some may be slightly further along than others. Some may trade different markets. Some may have a better understanding of this indicator, and you have an understanding of a different indicator, right? So you guys can come together more on a peer to peer level and work with one another. So you have your mentor who is, giving you that advice and the really solid foundation. And then you have your team that you can build and grow with over time. So I find that really important. This can be in the form of a program, right? So I'm actually a part of a program, and we have built a team of people who want to learn to trade. And if you'd like more information about that, please just let me know. But what that gives me is day to day contact with people who understand where I'm at right now, who understand the frustration. And I don't look at them and say, oh, well, you don't really understand. You're making money in the market. You're way ahead of me. No, these are people who say, you know what, that got me too. I did not know this was gonna happen. I didn't even see it coming. I lost all my money, my account closed out. I don't know what to do. I thought I could be at this risk level, but it was way too much. That was so stupid. These are the people who understand where you are right now, because they're in the same place. And it really makes a difference, because you can bounce ideas off of one another and, like I said, grow together to be professional traders. So I'd like to thank you for watching. This is what I feel are really, really the most important tips for beginning to trade, or for even restarting your trading career. Um, Please subscribe and tune in. I'll be releasing more videos and just have more input and insights. I'll be answering your questions. I'll be going over charts. But just start here. Figure out what it is. Go over each of these 5 steps and check them off. Make sure you do it. Remember, keep it simple. What are the basic things you're going to utilize when you start your trading? And maybe you need to talk to your mentor about that, right? Know your own comfort level. Know who you are. Know what you plan to do. Build your mentality. Have self control. what are you going to do to ensure and hold yourself accountable with that? And that can also help with having your mentor and having your team. Those can be your accountability partners and the people that help you around you. And I'm more than willing, and I'm be honored to be a part of that team with you as well. And I'm excited to be able to share with you. Again, I am not an expert, but I am her expert. And I just thank you for tuning in with me today. And I look forward to connecting with you very soon. Please reach out to me below if you have any specific questions, or you want to connect and have some conversation, or you have some ideas of things that we can share when we trade with Coco. Thank you.